In the science fiction and fantasy genres, one of the things that often gets the least focus is language. The Chronicles of Narnia, for example, has Aslan singing that world into existence with beings that speak perfect early 1900s British English. Though just a few decades pass on Earth, thousands of years pass in Narnia, and humans and Narnians can still communicate just fine by the time of the last battle, with no evidence of thousands of years of language evolution. If you're a sci fi and fantasy lover like me, I'm sure you can think of quite a few stories that don't take language diversity into account, too. So it's not really that surprising that the trope heavy Avatar series does the same thing. The Blue People one, not Airbender, though Aang and Korra both are able to communicate with everyone they meet as they traverse their world too, funny enough. Avatar The Way of Water features the Metkaina, a clan of Na'vi who live by the sea. Unlike the Na'vi we see in the first film, the Metkaina have wide tails, broad fin-like forearms, and can hold their breath for quite some time, all of which help them to live their semi-aquatic lifestyles. I found it interesting, if not disappointing though, that the Metkaina speak the same language as the Amaticaya, the main clan featured in the first film. Jake Sully and his family are able to communicate with the Metkaina quite easily in the same language they would have spoken at home. From a linguistic, ethnographic, and even biological perspective, though, I don't think that makes sense. The Metkaina have clearly been genetically isolated for long enough to develop adaptations that make them anatomically distinct from the Amaticaya. In fact, just by looking at them, I'd say the beach-dwelling Navi would at least be classified as a subspecies, if not a different species altogether. What's more, they live so far away from the forest Navi that Jake and his family think this beachside home is a viable sanctuary from their enemies. Let me illustrate with groups of people from our planet. As soon as I saw the Metkaina, they reminded me of Southeast Asia's Bajau, who have developed such a sea-dependent lifestyle that they have evolved larger spleens than most other people. This acts as storage for oxygenated red blood cells, allowing them to dive for longer. They also have remarkable underwater vision, allowing them to hunt more easily. And they have their own languages and dialects. So why don't the Metkaina? Well, I suppose we could try to come up with explanations. Maybe the practice of linking their neural cues to the Pandora-wide network of Navi somehow stabilized the Navi language around all of Pandora. To me, though, it's kind of problematic considering the Navi basically seem like stand-ins for indigenous and colonized people all over our world. It's easy to interpret this as saying that the peoples, with all our great diversity in language, culture, and experience, can be boiled down to one thing with mere superficial differences. For example, the various Navi clans generally seem to have the same social and spiritual structure. A single Tsahik and Olowektan, the spiritual and clan leader respectively. And why should Navi from far and wide care about Toruk Makto? Would they not have their own versions of this great legendary warrior, or nothing of the sort? To the creators' credit, the Metkaina do have a language unique to them, though it isn't their main language. It is a sign language that they tend to use to communicate underwater. If that can develop, why would another spoken language not develop? I get it though. It is a lot of work to construct a language. And it's probably a lot of work for little reward, really. How many viewers care if characters encounter language barriers as they traverse their fictional worlds? If anything, it might even slow a plot down. Looking at Avatar as a whole, as beautiful as it is clearly designed to break down such barriers, to make it as similar to the creator's vision of the indigenous experience as possible. And part of that vision apparently is to make the Navi somewhat interchangeable. Perhaps that's the point. To simplify the complexities of the indigenous and colonized experience into a single people that somehow all manage to have the same language no matter where they are in this world. That to me is one of the great disappointments of the Avatar franchise. It had the opportunity to do so much, and yet pretty much all it's managed to do is be pretty. Or maybe I'm overthinking things. Wouldn't be the first time. Either way, Let me know in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, and even share this video if you think it would make a good conversation starter. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so I'd appreciate any help. Thanks for watching. I've been Ken Kwame, and I'll see you next time.